Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Hey, Morgan Rogers, shit anyway. You always smash the like button anyway. You done now. Ah, chain got snatched, Arsenal fans, man. Morgan Rogers, this is what you're doing, man. Again, smash the like button. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Just raced home, had a shower, and yeah, man, it's only right. I did bring out a video. I did do a YouTube short. It's only right we talk about Chelsea hijacking the Morgan Rogers deal. Obviously, is Andrea Berta under pressure. Bukayo Saka got a hat-trick. Rice got a goal and assist. Eze got an assist. As obviously England played in their last 2026 World Cup game and secured first place. Who would have thought? You know, Arsenal didn't play against Argentina. They went out. Arsenal play obviously against France. You know, it gives what it is. And you know what? That was probably most entertaining World Cup game. Might be a stretch, but what? There's 10 goals, if my maths is correct. 10 goals, something mad. Maybe, listen, you get what I'm saying? There's bare goals in it. So what a way to bow out, man. It is what it is in that regards. Big up to Declan Rice. Declan Rice now can finally get a rest, people. So yeah, what are we saying? Why hasn't this changed? We're going to get into this Morgan Rogers stuff, yeah. But I just want to say off the bat, bro, like, Morgan, you done me dirty, you know. Everybody knows since you was at West Brom under 18s, I wanted you, and you've done the Chelsea thing. Like Joe Shields, I get it. The links there with the City thing. Chelsea did something that Chelsea did something. Apologies that Arsenal didn't. Whether you think it's too much peas or not, they put the money down. Personally, as long as you know. You think these football clubs and football fans, we can all see the money in the game's ridiculous. At the end of the day, Morgan Rogers does what he needs to do. Chaos, X Factor, celebrations with Cole Palmer. No one gives a fuck. It's a fantastic signing for Chelsea. He can play off the left, play in the midfield, play in the 10, play off the right. You know, him, Estavio, if he stays, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer is lit. For us, I don't know. Berta, I will reserve judgment on what we do in this transfer market until the end of the window. But I'm starting to get pissed off now. I'm genuinely starting to get pissed off. Jeremy Monga and Morgan Rogers are cool. Unless it's Lionel Messi, we can move on. The dilly-dally thing. Your dilly-dally and Chelsea said what? I'm sorry, no. City said for Monga, what? You lot have been chatting for months. Hey, gone, done. Morgan Rogers, gone. I always say this for, you know, to be fair, Chelsea have accredited interest with Morgan Rogers and it's become a reality. But what we see in the rumors and all of these things from all the credible journalists and what's actually happening in the real world are two different things. You know, Spurs have been hijacked for Eze. We've had our chain popped. Liverpool, the list goes on with the amount of players that's moved from them. United, the same. We're going to have to move on. Now, if Morgan Rogers was genuinely the top target, I don't know where you go from there. All I know is that tells me the profile. That means you're telling me you're open to a versatile Swiss Army knife that can play in the free midfield roles, that can play off the right and obviously play off the left. And he's a level raiser, chaoticness. Cool, Morgan Rogers is one thing. Make sure you go and get that profile. Bruno Gomares, I've said I'm naturally pessimistic when it comes to these signings. He could want us, we could want them. We're delaying. Make sure we get that 6 or 8. Make sure we get the defensive reinforcements. We'll hold the smoke and, you know, all the people in my chat like, oh, I thought you was getting Morgan Rogers. Hey, I didn't say it. They said it. I just made content. And plus, I don't mind because every comment that you make, you like laughing, you're putting the YouTube thing out there and you're putting money in our pocket. Smash the like button, people. But how did it go so left, bro? Like, Arsenal and Aston Villa are engaging in club-to-club talks for the direct transfer of Morgan Rogers. Senior members from both clubs are in direct contact. Personal terms are not an issue. That was on obviously it's the 19th now. This was on the 17th, so that would have been on a Friday. And then, again, I was on a date, people. I was enjoying my life, bro. There with this sweet one. We're doing whatever. She's a big football fan, innit? So then she's been like, oh, have you seen the Morgan Rogers news? Me like an idiot. I'm like, so now David Ornstein said, yeah, here we go. Arsenal team, we're moving mad, ready to gas up Berta and that. I'm seeing this. I saw this. I said, nah, tomorrow we'll talk about this, people. But as you see, Romano, Morgan Rogers to Chelsea, here we go. You know what? There are some Arsenal fans that didn't want him anyways, innit? Like that were in the chat that, oh, it's a waste of money, this and that. Me, I can't lie. I'm taking the approach. I don't give a monkeys. I understand the money. And I'll even say that, man, is sour. Oh, he's only gone for money. Okay, you lot in your jobs, are you not going to go to this, whatever sector you're in, are you not going to go and get more money? let's not listen. We don't need to be sour in this thing. Morgan Rogers is a good player. Chelsea are playing, I'm always wary of Chelsea when they're not in Europe, innit, or they got one game a week. They've got an exciting quote unquote project. I've said before, Jabi Alonso at the point of entry to Chelsea, even though I ain't seen him manage and whatnot, it gives me shades of Mikel Arteta in 2019. The London aspect, you're going to get wages. They will be back in the Champions League eventually. They have got, in my 31 years, that, they have one big silverware. Another one bites the dust, in it, but we don't need to do the sour thing and the little cool thing. But Arsenal are sitting on their hands. Now, you lot have to be, Berta, Arteta recruitment team, I know you've got common sense. Morgan Rogers is one thing. You knew there's a reality. If you get him, happy as Larry. If you don't get him, rise up stuff. So make sure the window does not close. Make sure the window closes. There's left. We're feeling a lot better in attack. We're feeling a lot better in midfield. And we're fucking feeling like there's some defensive reinforcements. You're pissing man off. Scouts, do your jobs, because I look at these talents and whatnot. The market's limited. Berta, you get big bucks. Arteta, you get big bucks. Because me, I want to feel like last season at the start of it, I felt like we could win the league. I still think we can. But there's elements of unknown. I don't see level raisers. Level raisers, recruitment needs to be done. Obviously, tactically, Arteta needs to take things to the next level. We need to fucking make sure players are able to stay fit. There ain't nothing else, people, man. Keep bringing in your comments and all of those kind of things, people. But we might as well just crack on with this. Personal terms were not an issue for weeks, yet we took our sweet time. Seems to be the case of Arsenal. Mikel wanted Rodgers. They met face-to-face. Villa were angered with the way we handled informal talks and made a gap in valuation. Chelsea swooped in. We didn't match it. I don't even care about Aston Villa being upset about informal talks, because how do we know when we got Rice, West Ham weren't, or when Chelsea have signed other players, or Spurs when they got Tonali? They could have, Villa could have equally been unhappy with Chelsea, however they've been talking to Morgan Rogers. But at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks. And whether you think players are worth it or not, when you're going for household names or Premier League household names and things, you got to put the money down or fuck off, bro. Like, this is what's getting jarring, if I'm completely honest. They've reached a verbal agreement for 117 mil. Bit steep. I'm sure Chelsea didn't want to pay that. But at the end of the day, if he does what I believe he can do in a Chelsea shirt, the P's does not matter. Arsenal didn't want to pay 105 million for Declan Rice. I very much doubt City wanted to spend 116 million on Elliot Anderson, Morgan Rogers. But when you consider what the game is and the English tax and everyone's got money and everything we bitch and talk about with the transfer market, at the end of the day, this is it. Unless you can rise up a counterpart of Morgan Rogers that isn't in the Premier League or isn't as known, make it happen. Make it happen, because to me, you're seeing rumors. He's spoken to Jabi Alonso. They pitched the project, etc., etc., etc. For me, Chelsea have had a left wing issue in a minute. Sancho's been there, Garnacho, Kittens, whoever he is, he's been there. To me, as a non-Chelsea fan, bro, they've had issues at left wing for like a season, if that. They've risen up Morgan Rogers. You can play all about the place, but they've got him. They've got him, João Pedro, Enzo, Estalvio. Obviously, we've got ballers. Add to this fucking, ironically, Arsenal of stuff, people. So, yeah, man, it's pissing me off. And I said this. There's going to be days I'm going to get pissed off. Or I'm going to be optimistic. Just make sure the window closes and you've addressed everything. Because you still need to defend this thing. One thing that's pissed me off about Arsenal in my 31 years, we've never really built on our success. We've never. When have you seen us retain a title? We've got a fucking good chance. We don't know what's going to happen. Everyone's improving in that. Again, you look at the traditional top six, excluding ourselves, there's elements of unknown. There's unknowns around us, but we kind of know what we're getting with us. You could argue that could make you nervous or confident, bro. Retain something. Because again, take nothing away from our achievements with the Premier League, yeah? Like, everything we've done, I've clearly backed it. I've clearly given them their whatever. But in terms of getting to the next level, if I'm really harsh, and this comes from a place of love to Mikel Arteta and the players and us wanting to build on this, what have you done that someone 31 years of age or in and around my ages or just slightly older, what have you done in Arsenal history that we ain't seen? Because granted, take nothing away from the Premier League achievement. First in the Arteta era, after all the blood, sweat, and tears. First in the Premier League era. Well, in the Emirates era, sorry. After 22 years. But if I'm being really harsh, I've seen us get to a Champions League final. I've seen us win a Premier League. I ain't seen us retain this thing. I ain't seen us go to a Champions League back-to-back and maybe even win it. This is what man want to do, people. Everyone's going to get better, as are we. But yeah, at least for the last time ever, we could talk about Morgan Rogers, innit? We start with, this is Romano, we start with a story regarding Morgan Rogers, guys, because it's the biggest story of the day. It was an incredible story and a major hijack by Chelsea. I would describe it as a pre-hijack. They pre their settings, man. They watched us in the club with the branding. Yeah, what? You're buying her bottles, you're doing this, you're doing that. We went toilet for a sec. They swooped in. No, do you know, and she's feeling it. And she's gone now, innit? So they were pre in their settings. They've clearly, like Arsenal in hindsight, always had an interest, always been talking indirectly with his advisors and all of that. They've swooped in, man. Like, bro, when you take time and you delay, you get finessed. You get finessed. We're walking around central London with our iPhone. If this was Morgan Rogers, oh, we really like this iPhone, man. You know what? It's great. Someone just went boom, and they're running off now. But yeah, why? Because the situation surrounding Morgan Rogers has been clear for several weeks now. Since the end of May and the beginning of June, bearing in mind he's scheduled to have a medical at Chelsea tomorrow. There have been several conversations. There's also been working on a deal for Morgan Rogers, bro. Then something in our approach has got to change. Don't get it twisted, yeah. As much as this is frustrating, the one thing I would say, and I don't really care for this, if I'm really honest, if we've got principles like, for example, we got 110 million, we ain't got 116 for Morgan Rogers, or we got 10 million for Monga, we ain't got 12.5. I can understand that because sometimes, you know, you're going to miss out on deals like with Rogers and you're going to think, should we have put a bit more quid down? And then sometimes, and that is a good little way to keep things. But what I would say in the last 3 to 4 years, when we're signing rebos or players that they do well, like there's no acting. There's no acting around 65 on Kai Havertz, around 50 on Noni Madueke. I don't know what we'd have had, you know, what we value him at. Do we value him at 85? Cool, you can value him at 85, but you've got to have like extra P's. You know you're overpaying, but if he scores the goals and does all that crap, nobody cares, people. So yeah, man. Arsenal, I don't care about this, but for you lot, Arsenal were in very advanced talks with the player. There were several meetings between Arsenal and the reps and the players' reps. The player himself was also involved in direct meetings. Arsenal pushing hard on the contract. Personal terms were never an issue. Smash the like button, people. Morgan Rogers was open to the move. There were some tactical doubts from the player side, but never any financial concerns. The contract was always ready and was almost formally agreed. So what is it that Chelsea and Xabi Alonso said that convinced him, and in Arsenal's case, because the left wing thing is free over these sides, the left wing thing is free over their sides. What was it? What was the tactical doubts? Again, Morgan Rogers is within his things. As I said, people are going to sit there and say, "Oh, he's a money grabber. He's this, that, and the other." Bro, I don't think he's a money grabber, but go get your money. A football career is short too. Even if he is grabbing money, who gives a monkeys? And this is the game. Obviously, if he flops, Chelsea have to hold that. But do you think Chelsea care about whatever they've paid in agent fees, whatever contract they've given in on 200 bags, the 100 on a million? And Chelsea, the one thing they do, they are going to shot 1-2 players as they have. It's going to offset the cost, man. We're fucking about. But you had to have known if the Morgan Rogers thing goes south, who are you rising up? So whether it's Alvarez, Krupi, Bruno Gomares, the new star, this one, that one, make sure come the 31st of August or the 1st of September or whenever the hell it is, we have addressed these areas. Because left wing, I'm even more vexed because we've known we needed that for the last 3 years. So I don't know, man. The plan at Arsenal was that after signing Zolis to replace Trossard, they would meet Aston Villa once the player returned from the World Cup and try to get the deal done for Morgan Rogers. Let me tell you that Arsenal were never going to offer 117 million or 120 million. From Arsenal's point of view, the realistic valuation of the player was around 90 to 100 million at the very maximum and no more than that. However, they wanted to begin formal discussions from next week. Well, you snooze, you lose. Obviously, I think that's a fair value that we tried to go with. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to put a bit more quid on it. And it's very different. Morgan Rogers clearly open to Arsenal, open to Chelsea, open to other things. It's very different with some of the players we've got, like City and us versus City in the Rice debate, where he said he only wants Arsenal. Sometimes we need to be, I like the way we do things beyond the frustrations I've spoken about in this opening 13 minutes, but you need to be fluid, bro. You need to be fluid as hell. Terrible example, but Postecoglou was not on defending. The minute he's in the Europa League final, all meant to the pump type of thing. This is time and time again, bullshit like this is happening, man. What happened over the last 24 hours is that Chelsea entered the deal in a very strong way. Chelsea held a direct meeting with Aston Villa, and it was a very clear meeting because they wanted to complete the deal immediately. So the intention was there, the money was there, innit? Chelsea arrived with the intention of signing the player, not simply starting negotiations. That's why I describe it as a pre-hijack, because they anticipated what Arsenal were preparing to do. So yeah, they've seen your moves, they've preed your pattern. Arsenal never submitted a bid, but they were going to. That's the situation. So you snooze, you lose. Chelsea were extremely aggressive. They were ready to pay 117 million, a huge fee for Morgan Rogers. They also offered the player a 6-year contract with the option of a further season, so essentially a 7-year deal. The financial package was higher than what Arsenal intended to offer because they don't want to fuck about, innit? We're gonna give more P's to Aston Villa. We're going to give you a decent wage. Obviously, you've spoken to Xabi Alonso. You've got a couple brethrens at Chelsea. I don't want to praise Chelsea, but at the end of the day, the last seasons have been crap. We know they're one of the teams that win stuff. Let's forward in it. Not every day haggling. Let's just move. So credit to Chelsea. Chelsea also involved Jabi Alonso. Naturally, he's the manager. Alonso personally called Rodgers and was directly involved in conversations with the player. Chelsea moved incredibly quickly to complete every aspect of the deal and bring Rodgers to the club. So the deal was done. We can say that everything is now in place. The player will be in London at the beginning of next week. From Monday, the process will begin with his medical test and the signing of his contract. So huge bomber. Chelsea have signed Morgan Rodgers. Okay. Give it a couple of years, we'll end up buying him. We've gone over this. Well, then there's no point, bro. Stop targeting these kind of players, bro. Of course, if you can get a deal, get a deal. But then there's no point bothering Aston Villa for Morgan Rodgers, Bruno Gomares, Bournemouth for Krupi, Newcastle for Tonali, even though he's cut. You know, you get where I'm going. There's no point. We might as well go in the other leagues, find the Morgan Rodgers before he gets to Aston Villa, whether I think that's going to immediately impact us or not, because this is boring, bro. This is boring. I've seen this now with Douglas Luiz, with Morgan Rodgers, with Caicedo. If you remember the summer we got Rice, this is dead now. With Mudryk, thank the Lord, alhamdulillah for that, because Trossard went and done his thing. Best of luck at Besiktas. Dead. There's no point then. There's no point. You knew you weren't getting him for 100 million quid. You knew you had to pay a bit more. You knew you had to hit the 116, 117 mark. And to be honest, it's the same fee as Anderson. But the one thing I'd say, agendas now, you lot need to get 1 million goals, 1 million assists, because the way Rice was spoken about, all Sandro Tonali, Mateus Fernandes, Morgan Rodgers, Elliot Anderson, I need the same energy in it. Just come off my screen, man. Just come off my screen. Just come off my screen. And again, boring, predictable. Did Leipzig not say they're not selling Diomande? Ferrano said Arsenal over the last few days made some checks with the agents of Yan Diomande from Leipzig to understand if there was still a chance to enter the deal. Arsenal made some calls to understand the situation, bro. Just go and put Nusa in the bag and let's just keep it moving. Ben Jacobs is saying Arsenal have other attacking targets, including Julian Alvarez and Junior Krupi, while appreciation remains for Bradley Bukayo, who's also a Liverpool target, bro. Don't really care. Big up my boy, Starboy, for getting a hat-trick. Shout out to Saka, man. Saka got a hat-trick, obviously, in that thrilling game. Maybe, you know, Saka is going to do what Berta's failing to do and maybe get this Bukayo thing over the line, because you saw them having a bit of a laugh. And Arsenal players were involved in 5 of England's 6 goals as they beat France 6-4 in the 2026 World Cup third place playoff. Rice got the goal and assist, shoved that where the sun don't shine soonest. Eze got an assist, Bukayo got 3 goals. And shout to Jude Bellingham, listen, at least say you're a baller, but you've looked fugazi in the last 2 games for France. And anytime you buck Saka, I only see one brother shining. I'm hearing you're crying in the changing rooms. And I do think this World Cup, has shone up a lot of dumb opinions, even though Saka hasn't been fit. What's that like? 3 goals, 3 assists in whatever minutes. The talks around Saka, around Mbappe, around Jude Bellingham, around Declan Rice, you lot know you're chatting shit. But nonetheless, let's move on. Rice ends this football season with 5,395 minutes. Go put your feet up, Rice, man. Big up my star boy. Can we get a hat-trick for Arsenal, though? Of course, I would have loved to have played more at the World Cup, but it's too late to talk about that. I tried to do my talking on the pitch. It's done now. The Arsenal fans will be wondering how fit you are. I'm fit. I'm fit. Stay fit, my boy. It was a crazy, crazy game. Obviously, we're both still quite disappointed to not be in the final, but it's about finishing strong. And for us, giving the country the best position in the World Cup, they finished for 60 years. So we're happy with the result. Romano said, my understanding in Bradley Bukayo is that so far Arsenal have not made any checks over recent days. At the moment, the conversations between Bukayo and Arsenal is still cold. Liverpool remain very attentive to the situation. I can't lie, man. These household names, we will talk about it. I'll believe it when I see it. William Saliba has shown no worsening of his back injury after initial tests as things stand. Surgery is not the preferred option. With a long treatment protocol more likely. However, a final decision we made with Arsenal at the beginning of the week. This is a idiot thing, man. West Ham are considering a loan move for Jayden Dixon from Arsenal. Obviously, championship, good loan spell. Put yourself in the shop window. I don't care about Julian Alvarez, but this is just to provide talking points to you lot. Barcelona expect that Julian Alvarez operation to be resolved around their pre-season camp in England. Right, in England. Put him in the cab and come to North. Barcelona will make no further moves until after the World Cup final, but next week is marked as decisive, with the club hoping Julian can join when other internationals return. There is a lot of tension between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid over Julian Alvarez, but the intermediaries have changed. Barcelona are now in fluid contact with the Apollo Investment Group, the owners of Atletico Madrid and a partner of Goldman Sachs. These men are bookie. Arsenal get Bruno Gomares boost. This is saying Bergvall could be moving closer to Liverpool. I don't care. I haven't, at least with Morgan, there's no at least. It's ended shit in it. There was club-to-club talks, even though there was no bid. We have not heard that with Bruno Gomares. So if you want these guys, show me in it. What's this? Arsenal and Liverpool could reportedly be heading towards a summer transfer scrap for a highly rated Borussia Dortmund left back, who may end up costing as much as 50 million euros. Really? I can't say I see this happening, people. Who is this? Daniel Sevenson. A report from court outside states that the Reds have a concrete plan to sign a Sweden international who can operate as a left back, wing back, or in midfield. It stated that Liverpool and Arsenal are ready to go head to head with for the player, with the Gunners looking to add more depth at left back. Listen, you can get left backs. Rise up my left winger, rise up my centre mid, rise up my deputy on the right side of centre half and a right back. When you do that, whatever. This is all BS, really and truly. But for what it's worth, Liverpool, Arsenal, Juventus, Real Madrid, AC Milan have all been name dropped there. Apologies, people. As you can see, my patience is quite thin. I only really want to speak about people at the club, and apparently Timber is expected to be fit for the start of the season, people. So, yeah, man, let's crack on, man. Let's crack on, man. So, yeah, that gets that out of the way, people. I'm going to scroll right back up to the chat, so you're going to have to forgive me. We're taking in everyone's comments. Keep your comments coming, people. Appreciate you lot. Straight Cannon has said, big up DG. Owners, teams, Rams, 2010, 2 titles. Nuggets, 2001 title. Avalanches, 2002 titles. Rapids, 2004, 1 title. Monmouth, what's that? 2004, 2 titles. This dynasty, they didn't do it with their other clubs. Big up DG. No need to crown the thumbnail. We'll survive. Of course we'll survive. But where's the fun in that, man? Like, where's the fun in that? Like, life goes on, innit? Like, at the end of the day, it goes on, innit? We didn't get Rodgers. Like, it is what it is. What else can we do? We didn't want to overpay and stuck to our principles, and people are madness. Rev, I hear that, but there's two sides. Sometimes you have to overpay. And again, I know it's not the same, but these principles are never there for the wavy players. When it comes to signing, listen, big up Merino, so he's not involved. But when it comes to spending 65 on Kai, 50 on Noni, there's no principles. There's no delaying. It's the other players that take forever. And to be fair, we got over the line against with Eze, but that was dragged out. Got over the line with Gyökeres. That was dragged out. Zubamendi was dragged out, but it was a bit different. Everyone was throwing their hat into the ring. And obviously, as I mentioned, Rodgers failed pursuit. Douglas Luiz failed pursuit. Caicedo in the January we signed. Rice failed pursuit. Why is it always a drawn out thing? Because we never do this. Just wake. Like Chelsea fans probably bitching about their owners. Just wake up. Raw Morgan Rodgers. Because I'm not, like, I care about Rodgers. Big him up. Great player. But it's more how we're doing things. Now, again, if I knew Berta, if I knew Arteta and what's being said in the papers and what's going on in the reality of football, he might have been able to call me and say, listen, don't listen to whatever people are saying. Rodgers is going Chelsea. We're doing X, Y, Z. The only thing I'd say, while you still got time, pattern up in it. Just make sure the window don't close, and we've not done what we needed to do. Sadiq, appreciate you for your support of the platform. W Sadiq all the time, and also gifting 5 channel memberships. Big up yourself, man. Big up the members, the mods, the supporters, all that kind of jazz. Not worth 117 mil. We brought a new winger. Now we need another striker and another defender. Yes, Rodgers is shit. I always preferred Bukayo. Shameless thing. Look at this guy, Hamzy. You know, big up DG. That's how it goes, bro. You snooze, you lose. But to be real, I'm disappointed. I feel bad that Arteta did not get his first option, but we keep it moving, signing other players. Rodgers is mid. Yeah, the food chain hurt, bro. I don't even care that much about Rodgers itself, and the deal is horrible. But if we feed the media that he's our number 1 target and we aren't ready to pay the money, it's just a bad way to move. Exactly. Like, what's the point, bro? What's the point? I might go Harrods, and we all know, let's say, paying £100 for some socks is crazy. But at the end of the day, there might be Gucci socks. You need to put down the bread. And like I said, when you're briefing and it goes left, it's crazy. I don't understand fans generally crashing out, but what do you expect them to do? They're telling you first choice, first choice. They're saying after the World Cup things are happening. He's going Chelsea. Not that you should be watching other people. And not saying that it means teams will do anything better or worse, but United are making moves. Spurs are making moves. Chelsea are making moves. City have obviously brought in Anderson and they're linked with stuff. We're the Premier League champions. We need to move people on. We need to bring people in. So far, we've brought in a free transfer of Millier. We've brought in a free transfer of we've confirmed, sorry, not a free transfer, Hincapié. I don't agree with it, but what do you expect fans to do, really? Like, they're going to lose it, essentially. It's been a while. Hamzino, you always run away, man. I can't rate your thing. Where's the edits? Because when United beat Arsenal, there's bare edits. I told you when we win this league, paraded, mate, I need my edits. Come on, man. Don't give it, not take it. Arsenal transfer window is going to be disappointing. We ain't getting Bruno either. Bro, heard we cooled down on the Bruno interest. All right, so fuck these household Premier League names. Go and find those profiles in other leagues. I might not scream and shout and be waffling at the point of entry into Arsenal Football Club, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish. If these guys sign for us and they do amazing stuff, great. Because everybody has to start somewhere. Way before Morgan Rodgers is obviously getting signed for 117 million. Bearing in mind, he was at West Brom, he went City. Aston Villa looked at him in Middlesbrough and said, "Rah, let's do this." I'm just going to say random things. Crystal Palace are going to sell Adam Wharton for something crazy one day. Oh, he's at Blackburn, cop that. Croupy was at Lorient, Bournemouth, went and cop that. Alex Scott was at, I think, Bristol City or something like that, went and cop that. If you're not prepared to sit at the big boy table with the big boy fees, whether it's right or wrong, then you need to find these guys before it happens. Or you need to fuck off and go abroad and find, I don't know, the Somali Morgan Rogers or the Spanish Gamaras in the lower division and move accordingly. Better make sure your phone book's working, because regardless, I want my second prem. Food chain. Ethan, Liverpool's chain has been swiped more times. We took Alexis off you. You was getting Enzo, Chouameni, Zubamendi, this one, that one. So it's happened. But don't forget yourselves. Do not forget yourselves. Salah's busting out to go to fucking Besiktas. I can't lie. I never said it's done deal. Them man did. I'll be real. You man caught life for that deal. 170 mil for Rodgers is a joke. I'll be real, yeah. Hamzino. I'm the worst person to ask about Morgan Rodgers because you see me, I like him as a footballer. You know when you like something, you're not the best. I'm not the best. Let's put this there. I need to get half of water. I'm not the best person to ask because for me, I'm not interested. I don't care the peas. Other players, I'll be sitting there and saying, oh yeah, the peas. It's a lot of peas. It's not worth it. This and that. I'll be real. My attitude is, it's not my bread. I don't care. I like Rodgers. Sign Dolly. Like, I like him. I wanted him. You see me retweeting my tweets from 2019 and all of these things. I thought, yeah, DG the Oracle. Swear down. My stocks are going to go up. God said, you fucker, you. Like, it's calm, man. Morgan Rodgers, what are you doing this, fam? You're going to try? You're going to be maneuvering with Eze and them, man. You're not going to get girls with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's going to be spitting on girls. Like, do you like crayons? When they're in them restaurants and shit. Man, fuck you, man. But Estavio, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez, Rodgers, Caicedo. I can't lie, they got a wavy team. I'm only going to get scared when Chelsea do what they need to do in it. Sign some defenders. Darkness. Eze better than him anyways. Eze better than him anyways. Eze better than him anyways. So yeah, we probably did. I don't know why you man were moved by it. He ain't a left winger. I just like him as a footballer. DG, what are we actually on this summer, brother? I wish I knew, man. Why do you have so many tabs open? It's my computer. Do the fuck I want, mate. I'm not mad at the player. We lost all the price, but the principle of it. It's just jarring, bro, because it's the Lele thing. When the Lele thing happens, Ndiaye is out there, but you, man, would complain about shooting. I've never been convinced with Arsenal wanting Ndiaye, you know. You see them rumours every now and again. I'd have him, but yeah, I think it's a myth. For people that didn't want him fairs, I get why, but I need to know who we're signing them for better money. The market is what it is. There isn't a great choice across the board, but we need to make one. He's not a left winger. He plays there, man. Man are calling this the record bid as if Isak doesn't exist. True, but they're gonna have to see. Arsenal will retain next season, while Chelsea will have a way better season than their last one. They'll secure 6th place this time for sure. Nah, man. I can't call the top 4 right now, but I think in no order. Arsenal first, City, Liverpool. I want to say United, but Chelsea are in one competition, so that might shake them. But I think, you know, I don't fuck Chelsea, they're rivals, isn't it? I'll go United, they're probably Chelsea. But I think it could be anyone. I just think City and Arsenal will be in the top 4, and then it is what it is. I think Spurs will be dark horses just because all the names I said, and then you've still, obviously, Villa have been decimated. They've lost about, 3 key players now? Teleman's cut, Rodgers cut, Luka Dean cut. But Villa have shown they can finish above Spurs. Newcastle as well. Obviously, Newcastle things rubbed, but quote unquote, I think Spurs will be dark horses for top 4, man. Like, De Zerbi, 30, they're making good signings. You know, they'll actually have some fun. I think this is different, but the same thing with Liverpool, because when I looked at Onslaught last season, could they attack? Could they defend? What was going on in the middle? I think De Zerbi will pattern that stuff up, man. Facts is, we didn't want him enough to spend over 100 million. First choice means nothing if your heart isn't in it. That I agree with, clearly. We need to stop being salty. We overpaid for Rice, and look what happened. Buy the damn player. I hear it. Don't worry, DG. Garnacho is available for 40 million. I can't lie, I'll crash out. That's indicative if we went and got Garnacho. And Juju, I see your comments. DG, you good, my guy. United fan and ain't seen you in a while. World Cup settings. Rodgers wasn't worth the money. Appreciate you. And even the ops rate the channel. But what I would say is, I've been here. I've been about. What do you mean? I ain't gonna wait. The season stopped. We've been making videos, man. Maybe YouTube is shagging you. Chelsea bought him just for the cold celebration to be United tax. What's meant to be is meant to be. We have to accept that. Rodgers accepted no Champions League. Let him rot at Chelsea. I don't think he's going to rot, man. Big up social joints. Man, oh, shit. What's going on there? Man City decided to F us up, inflating the market, and they succeeded. It's okay saying we won't pay, but also we won't get our targets. Chelsea also don't care about paying. We're left eating crumbs. I hear that. I'm always I find it weird, man, with the whole inflating the market, because this is the belly of the beast. Like, we've seen this. Like, I'm 31. I remember they used to say this about Man United. They definitely used to say this. They're saying it about Chelsea now. They said it about Chelsea when Abramovich was doing his thing. They've been saying it about City. Reality is, bro, everybody is spending bread in this league. Like, whether they're worth it or not, everybody is spending bread. And what I think is more of a telling sign, man are rejecting bids. Like, fair enough if Chelsea came in straight away 117 million, but there might have been informal approaches of 100 odd million in principle. Villa are saying no. Bournemouth have gone toe-to-toe with AC Milan for players. You know, respectfully, Nottingham Forest, they didn't get excited and horny and skin out batty the first moment that a bid for Elliot Anderson got placed. They said, listen, bread. Brighton, anyone that's bought a player from Brighton, you know how difficult that is. This is the dynamics now, man. But we're saying this today. We've said this multiple times. Like, as much as it pees me off, and as much as I love football and I love Arsenal, and it means the world to me, like, as I get older, one thing that I try to bear in mind is, if I can't control the outcome, I have to kind of, for my own sanity, like, take time a bit. Because I don't want my mind to go into darkness over football. We're acting like Chelsea haven't overspent in the last few years to end up mid-table. There's a reason we are where we are, and they are, and they ain't. I hear that, but I don't even want to do the Chelsea Arsenal thing. Reality is, they've got a player that's wavy, innit? Because now you man tried to get, you not even tried. We saw in the Athletic, there was a conversation around this. The event that said no. Rodgers, you're twiddling your thumbs. Obviously, he's not in the same realm and caliber of player at this moment in time. Monga, you're dilly-dallying. Make sure we're having a laugh and a giggle come the end of the window. But so far, man, I ain't seen no one holding shirts, and we have, but it's a fucking goalie, mate. I was never on this Rodgers thing. He ain't a winger. See, people, to be fair, Social Jones was here saying that, and there is a couple of you, man. We showed Rodgers our 2 Champions League trophies. Go on. There aren't no wingers that give you 20 plus GA consistently every season. Well, that is unless you get Carroll or Vinny there. Most wingers now give you 15 GA. Better players around improve. To be fair, though, man, Rodgers has had 2 good goal scoring seasons. Marino will score more next season. He was a smokescreen. Don't start this smokescreen shit, man. Tactical doubts. You don't want to drop back. Blaze, appreciate the super chat. From your name, I can see your idiot stuff. Love for the super chat. Now we both know you're saving us from Garnacho soon. 117 is crazy. Bring me Creepy Jr. Even that, what Bournemouth gonna say? Well, we got some Enyo bread, we got house and bread, we're in Europe. Well, you know the fee. You bring me Creepy, it's forgiven for Morgan Rodgers too. I'm not gonna lie. You bring me Creepy, it's forgiven, man. Alonso's setup is better for Rodgers. It's a better fit. He wants to play in midfield, not the wing. That's the tactical doubt. To be fair, though, the same article says he's been told, yo, you can play all about the place, but that left wing is yours. So, yeah, man. And it's better whispers. Unless Arteta can tell me exactly what was said. Xabi Alonso can say exactly what was said. Rodgers can say exactly what he said. It's all BS. Because I never see obviously, but until Chelsea have done this hijack thing, nobody saw nothing about tactical doubts and all of this. This is where I think, to a degree, journalists are doing the creative thing. And whether they're right or wrong, I don't care. End of the day, you've put effort into grabbing a player, it never banged. So yeah, man, we'll have the last laugh. I don't even care about laughing. I just want the 30 things. But DG told me there was nothing to panic about. There's nothing to panic about, Shad, man. And you shut up, because when I've got people on this platform, you're chatting too much shit in the comments. Shut up. You didn't get Rodgers, so what were you panicking for? Shoot me for not crashing out now. If I've said I will join you lot in the crashing out when September the 1st comes, if September the 1st comes, and we haven't signed anyone. Why you want to do one up my shit with me? Oh, I told you, teacher. We say no panic. Fucking pull up your knickers, man. So what? We never got some IC 2.5, blood. So what? So what? What, you love me slitting his eyebrows? Unless you miss out on, of course, I'm vexed and I want him. But is he Neymar? Is he Messi? Fuck off. Put your knickers up, man. Put your knickers up. I told you, some of you are more sassy than my ex-girlfriend, lad. The fuck? Arsenal wins next season. Chelsea improves a lot. They'll get 6. CJ, I'm reading 2 things. CJ, it's very simple. Berta is informed for Arteta. He has to sell to buy this season to balance PSR. Arteta's not no fraud, and that's the idiot thing. All we got to do is sell a player or 2 to Villa at inflated prices. Good business. Bro, I'm even bad, man. I don't want to hear nothing about Conte. So Alonso is bigger than Arteta and Arsenal. That's a cool story, bro. I don't know what that means. Just come and get your Prem back and big up Alonso. Shout out to Chelsea's project. Why for that? Why are you wondering who's bigger between Alonso and Arteta? What going for you, John? John, you're moving spooky. I thought this was a football channel, man. You stripper. You want to be silly? Be silly. I just know you, man, will resort to signing rebuilds. Leave me alone with this Ganacho shit, man. And that is literally there, but your manager don't rate them players. Rodgers had one good season. What's wrong with you people? That's not true, though, man. You man see Saka chatting to Bukayo, bro. I'm not getting gassed off no one chatting, man. Typical Arsenal celebrating bronze. Last time I checked, we had a parade in May. Won the Premier League, first place. Them comments don't bang anymore. Don't bang anymore. And now you're here on a Sunday chatting shit. Suck your man for a dirty straw, man. And to your girl, hi. Your man's on the internet typing rude things to other men he doesn't know and about teams, man. Rodgers signing aside, the Prem are embarrassing themselves in this transfer window. 100 mil times 3 for good to very good players. Prem moving like that rich kid getting charged 6,464. Oh, you actually edited. Charged 65 for a 2G. Intelligent flavor these times is dog. 120 million for Rodgers looks stinky, bro. If he does the business, no one cares, bro. Like, no one cares, fam. And I can't lie to you, that ain't more stinky than 50 on Matueke, bro. I can't cap to you. Like, Kai 65, Noni 50 odd. You slap that together, that's your Rodgers, man. I can't cap. I'm not even trying to draw out the players. And I know Mr. Official Blake's happy because he was another one saying, I didn't want Rodgers, but it's about principle. If that's a top target, we should at least make a bid. We didn't even make one. Too much deliberating. I'd consider Matoma as a cheap option if he can get fit. He's proven. He's gone off the ball. No one's really been gassing him. Saka looks like $170 million player yesterday. As a Barca fan, Gordon deal seems to be very cheap now. I'm happy. PL fans, Alvarez will be a Barca player at the end of the season. He's already rejected Arsenal PSG. Alvarez, I've got no time for it. If we sign him, I'm happy. Why not just spend 120 on Vinny and laugh at Chelsea unnecessarily overpaid? Because you're going to have to pay my man about 400, 500, 600 grand a week. Bearing in mind, we've just given new wages. Bearing in mind, you've got other targets. Bearing in mind, on paper, you ain't moved on Gabriel Jesus and Reece Nelson. And that will have knock-on effects in. They're not all going to get the same, but for argument's sake, Rice, Odegaard, I know people don't hear it. Kai Havertz, them two players in Odegaard and Kai have 2 years left on their contracts. Who else is there? Timber and Rice and Raya, they're probably the next in line to get improved terms, man. You do know Villa were ready to let him come to Arsenal for 100 mil, right? Even then, we're stingy. If it was genuinely 100 million on the table, they said, and we're fucking about Arteta, Berta, everybody hold your hands out. You need to hold licks. But, Chad, show me where it says that. Do you, maybe you spoke to Arteta, you spoke to whatever. I very much doubt that. You're probably online. You're reading several creative journalist pieces from everybody. And whatever bias confirms what you want to do, you're doing a confirmation bias thing. We've consistently missed out on our top targets for years. Lisandro, Caicedo, Mudryk, Sesko, the list goes on. DG, do you know if we're willing to overpay the odds for Bruno Gomares if not for Rodgers? Nah, I don't see it. For me, I'm checking out. We'll talk about them, but like these Morgan Rodgerses, Bruno Gomareses, these Premier League guys, I'm not putting no faith in it, really. Even I know he's not Premier League, but Bukayo, these household names, until I see bids agreed, accepted, or rejected, medicals, I don't care, man. It just stays with us having talking points, bro. Hey, DG, I don't know. Get this club, man. We'll have to spend 100 plus for Bukayo and Diomande anyway, right? I mean, I get not paying 170 mil because he might not be worth more than 80, but the market is inflated. It's a smokescreen for Alvarez. You've just spent time grafting in a club for a girl in Morgan Rodgers, who's gone with next man. Alvarez wants to talk to the person over. Like, Alvarez is not interested. He thinks we're butters, bro. Why are we chatting? So what? If the Barca thing doesn't happen, we're DMing him saying, "Oh, I'd never treat you like that." That's never been my style. I don't want that for our football club, man. You know, fuck all these household names. Scouts, do your job. Just bring me the unknown dons. Cool. I might not be gassing them at the start of the season, but they might go on and do things in it. Like, now go find me the Morgan Rodgers, the Gundawans, the Kevin De Bruyne's, the Kroupies, the Mo Salahs. Go and find them before they've obviously ended up where they've ended up and they're doing what they're doing in it. Now I genuinely don't care, man. Bottom Gooners couldn't wait for the news to crash it on Arteta. Legit heard it's because of Arteta's tactics. Bro, cool, man. Do your thing. Our negotiations are dragged out across several months. It's all about how much we can save. As a result, any club with the cash can swoop in and just pay the fee. We need a Diomande, Bukayo, Alvarez, Bruno, G-Wind. I gave up with this, man. Who will be wearing the number 9 this season? Alvarez, okay? It hurt watching Eze, Rodgers, Rice, Saka last night, linking play. I think the big thing for Arsenal midfield is making sure Rice plays in the 6. And I see some super chats, but they're not coming up on StreamYard anymore. One love for that, by the way, folks. Pardon me. The Ninjackal, what a name. Appreciate you as well, man. Yo, DG, as a United fan who would love to see y'all burn, Chelsea grossly overpaid. Arsenal could get Vinny for 120 mil or 2 cheaper options like Somerville and Scott. Just do not get Garnacho and Rashford. I'm on that. Just give me Scott, man. Somerville, you don't know, man. You're cool, man, but you can stay where you're at, man. I don't think players like Arsenal's playing style. Maybe not, but like, I'm not being funny. It didn't stop Eze. It didn't stop Gyökeres. We're going to get another player, whoever that is. It is what it is, man. Football's a funny old game of opinions. If Rodgers felt Chelsea's the better fit, go do your thing, man. We've got one life to live, and the football career is even shorter. Have we not done that with Zolis, though? We have done exactly that. Big up Zolis. I can't cap. I forgot he's here. If we ain't getting Bruno, there's a chance we go get Enzo of Chelsea, and Berta loves his Argentinian. Arsenal get Enzo Fernandez. Ollie, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. And you don't generally overspend, but if you really believe in a man's qualities, you should be. Sorry, you can't complain about 170 mil when midfielders are going for 105 and above. You just wanted to throw some shade at Rice, which is dead because he makes 105 look like pennies. Bro, we watched him yesterday. He's not the guy you think he is. Okay. All right. To the fans who genuinely didn't want Rodgers, fair enough. I wanted him. I probably would have done 115. I can't lie. I would have. I said I'm not the best person. I like Rodgers as a footballer, man. Saka's second goal brought tears to my eyes. Eze, Saka link up through the centre. I don't remember the last time we made central progression at Arsenal. You're not alone, man. Chelsea still needs to get a goalkeeper. Respectfully, man, I fuck what Chelsea are doing in the market. They just focus on us, man. Happy Sunday, folks. How's everyone doing as well, man? As I didn't even say it at the start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope you're all doing well and safe and you're all blessed, man. Can we please make sure we're smashing the like button? If you have, appreciate you. How we not got 100 likes yet? I can see Rodgers scoring against us and Chelsea signing is 170 million too much. Bless up, DG, but Rashford on a makeshift player. If we ain't paying 170 mil on a target we worked on for 4 weeks, then we ain't buying a high profile like Bruno. It's gone quiet. Rodgers gone, Monga gone. Bro, it is what it is and it's not what it's not. And yeah, just hold the L, bro. The Saliba thing is big news for us. And I would have sacrificed Rodgers for him being fit, I swear. I don't see Rodgers as a 100 million player, but Arsenal wanted him. It does look bad, especially now you got money. Big up DJ. I ain't mad at Rodgers to Chelsea. I think he'll cook under Alonso. I'm mad at the club spending so much time and not getting what they want more than anything. I hear that. I told people I was skeptical of Rodgers and Bruno coming in. If the fee is too high, we walk away. To be honest, if he wasn't a smokescreen, why didn't we make an official bid? True. Because we love the chatting thing. We love to chat to the player, entice them. We love to speak to advisors or backburners, see whatever we like. And I think in Rodgers' case, it went left, but it worked for us in Rice. There's interest from other clubs. He only wants us. It's dead. And it just shows you never know what's happening. Players are chatting shit to clubs. Clubs are chatting shit to players because it's the same thing. When people are sitting there saying, oh, Berta agrees multiple deals. So that tells you he agrees. He bothers agents of players, gasses them. And I'm not even criticizing. I'm just saying the game to game, everyone's chatting shit. Agrees personal terms. Players think they're moving to Arsenal, whatever. Obviously, if we've done that with 5 centre mids, for example, we're only going to sign 1 in it. So the other 4 are left in the lurch. Moral of the story: football's a dirty game, man. Boy, last time we missed out on Mudryk and got Trossard. We deserve a left wing signing that will come in and cook. Now I want Video Due to compensate Simples. I'd love that Mafia boss, but the dream is free. Also sold separately. Nah, I can't lie. That's cap. Arsenal fans were sitting there saying 130 million, which is not 130, was cap. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna. Arsenal fans have to hold stuff, but like we're not gonna throw them things that they weren't on. KG, big up yourself. KJ, well, I'm even mad. KJ, one love. That Konza signing. Just out of spite to Villa, fuck that now, man. Go Scouts, go do your job. Fuck that, man. Konza, hold it, man. Marino better than Odegaard and Kai combined. I mean, they all play for Arsenal. Who cares, man? I swear, if we sell Martinelli for anything less than 60 mil with such an inflated price, but Alonso will play 3-4-2-1/3-4-3. Rodgers will play inside behind Pedro. He'll down the wing there. To be fair, Arsenal got bare players on mad wages. It will be hard for you, man, to sign players. It won't be hard for us to sign players. And we ain't got bare man on mad wages. Don't exaggerate. These same Chelsea fans will be City fans by April. A lot of people didn't want Rodgers if he was going to be the left wing option. But if he was Arteta's first choice, then we have to ask why we can't get over the line. And we're never going to find out because what Berta's been here for over a year, innit? No one ain't seen. Does anyone know what he sounds like? DG, for me, it's more than that. Arteta wanted him and we didn't go get Rodgers for him than the actual player being too good to miss. I understand that. I understand what I'm thinking with is that like it took too long. But at the end of the day, you don't always get first choice targets, bro. You do not always get first choice targets. Obviously, Wirtz isn't banging, but what did we see last year? Cherky was Onslaught and Liverpool was talking to Cherky. It didn't bang. We wanted Conde, went and got Ben White. That happens. Pivot away. And even with that, it's not the Edu thing anymore. Fair enough, Berta's not got you Rodgers, but cool, the market's not dead. Rise up something, you know, and everything you did last summer. Like, man, I'd rather give Victor Osimhen what? I would have rather gave Victor Osimhen 120 mil. Not sure what you mean by that. I'm assuming you mean buying for 100 mil. No Rodgers means Ranieri caught live. Thank God. I'm not sure, man. Told man you weren't getting Julian. I can't lie. Of all of them, I don't think there's a single Arsenal fan that thinks we're getting Julian, if I'm honest. I told man this time last year be at Barca by the start of this. I've been saying this for the longest. English tax is too much. Rodgers ain't no damn 100 player. He is a baller, though. It is what it is. You do need the right names. But man need to see that now, innit? If you want Rodgers, explain why you want an inside forward in this team for 120 mil. You need that anyways. Rev, I'm not listening to you because I see one of your comments. You're like, footballers get paid a lot of money when we was talking about fitness and breaking down and mental health. Like, man. It was probably 100 mil early in June. Some deals were easier before the Anderson deal. What's the best comeback for this DG? Jarring. Just sign the right players. Obviously, I'd love players we could be gassed about, but if you make like what KJ is saying, sign the right players to which maybe in a month or so we'll look back when the season starts and say, you know what, we're cool with that, you know. Well, lads, look on the bright side. We'll finally get our yearly Chelsea player Rodgers in Jan. You don't laugh, you'll cry. I like the Zolis signing. DG, I said this a few weeks ago. I don't want Alvarez because he's dreaming Barcelona. Even said I hope he gets his dream move because the football career is short. Obviously, if Barcelona and Atletico there's a breakdown and he still wants to leave and there's a situation that we can get involved in, great. But for me, Julian Alvarez, better yet, good player. Can see how it fits the system. I'm not on it. What is the point? Now, granted, I don't know all of the variables that may be an Arteta, Berta, or any, not just Arsenal, but interested parties. But what's the point going for players that don't want to hear it? He wants to go to Barca, innit? It is what it is. Man, still want Argentine players in 2026. They want to play in Spain, them Argentines. But every target we miss always works out to be fair. Vlahovic, Mudryk, who else? Vlahovic apparently is being linked with Barcelona as well. 71 likes. His poor man, them smashed their likes. People always contradict themselves. Why are people crying about Rodgers if he chose Chelsea, but are saying they don't want Alvarez because he wants Barcelona? Who did Arteta tell he was the top target? I didn't say that. I think people are mainly talking about journalists saying he's our top target, which is funny. I think we'd make Rashford world class. Anyone taking Gakpo? Nope. If we're going to pay 117, we might as well go for broke and get Vinny. If only it was that simple. I'm done with Berta and Arsenal. Bruno J ain't coming, let's be real. Everybody says they're done. You still going to be watching our games, man. Have faith with our new signing, Zolis. Zolis is irrelevant from this. You know, big him up, gets his chance. But yeah, man. Come on, DG. We're never paying 170 mil guaranteed. That's just outrageous. DG, would you be unsatisfied if we signed Bukayo? Is anyone you prefer now? No, I'd be happy with Bukayo. It's a shining new toy, but I don't think he's the player that people think he is at the point of entering our football club. And I think a lot of football fans do this with clubs. It's like you're linked with a player and then you start overrating them because they're seen as the one. And I think those will be the same people to draw out Bukayo. DG, don't be confident on any player again. Shut up, man. Tell me what I can and can't do. I even said I'm pessimistic on half of these signings. But because you're saying that, I can do what I want. You think someone on the internet can tell me what I can do? Shut the fuck up, man. Come get Rashford for 40. Yeah, allow that, man. Some of these comments are getting aired, man. DG, remember in Marino's first season when I said he's your best 9 in the community? Stoned me to death. He's not our best 9, but I hear it. Personally, I didn't want Rodgers. But I'd Berta's game plan to just wait. He better know what he's doing. To be fair, most Arsenal fans said 85 mil looks like the board agreed. But You can't wait in this market. Transfer fees will inflate and inflate while all the talent is hoovered up. But DJ, I hear you, but the reality of Arsenal in the transfer, they are not spending the dough. They'd rather acquire unknown players on the cheap, and free transfers is peak, you know. Bro, just make sure there's an amicable fight. Man said it's dark for us. I'll take your word for it, man. Big up yourself, DG. Blessings from yards. I big up the JA Tugs. How no one is going for Due, he'll be a perfect. He is, but they're the man you have to get when they're at Rennes. Once they're at PSG, darkness. No, but do you know how many clubs don't get their first choice targets? My thing is what we do now. Like, oh, hold the ban. Oh, Rodgers, da. It's not like he's a talented player. I wanted him at Arsenal. But I can understand not getting Lionel Messi. He's not that. So make sure you address these areas. It's as simple as that. Big up yourself, Jordan. We should have paid the fee, but we dragged our feet in the pursuit of a player with many accolades in the game. Would signing someone like Nusa be a huge step back in your eyes? Do we need a top winger, or can we get away with a young left flank with the potential, i.e. Nusa and Zolis? I'd love the already-made replacement, but I like Nusa. If rumors are real and they're saying 50, 60 million euros, I'll take the punt, if I'm really honest. I said this before. Alvarez is just like Rodgers. Rodgers only wanted Chelsea if you let Ornstein tell it. Not sure what you mean there. Nah, I'm not on the Leao thing, man. I'm not on the Leao thing. I can't lie. If he signs, I'll give him a chance, but yeah. Man said Leao and Garnacho. The answer, you are clearly not an Arsenal fan. Guys, we've already been there. Remember, we relied on projects as scouting signings for 22 years. Where did it bring us? But your list of Diomande, huh? What does that mean? I think you mean, oh, spammer got sent to the Phantom Realm mods won't play. Yeah, man, there's no need to spam. I think Bukayo links to live. I think Bukayo is more likely to go to Liverpool. I'm starting to believe he just stays at PSG because they want to keep him. The initial rumor said he's contracted until 2027. Then you're like, okay, decision to make. He's contracted until 2028. This is already a Premier League winning Champions League final reaches squad. We have time. I'm very calm about things. Makes me wonder if Rodgers was a smokescreen. Genuinely don't know who we are truly trying to get. Not good PR look until we have the other target signed. Hopefully a big talent. I won't judge this football club at the start. I'll judge them at the end. But right now it's dark. Come get Rashi, gents. Y'all need him. We can add Mount for a combined 80 million. Pardon me. You know what's funny? We were linked with Mount with Havertz. I remember there was rumors on the Athletic. Arsenal don't need big names. We need people who can fit in, like Ndai and Garner Gay. I was with you until you said Garner Gay for what? Idrissa Garner Gay. Pattern up the likes, people. Subscribe if you haven't. We just have to sign some good talent, no big deals. Yeah, I've checked out of all these big name deals now, man. I don't give a monkeys about it, bro. Also, DG, if Rodgers was Mikel's priority and also such a unique profile, means it will charge everything Mikel wanted to do tactically, and he won't get to do it because there ain't another Rodgers on the market. Well, they got to find someone. There might not be another Rodgers, but like, is there someone that can play in like be a versatile option in a number of roles? Yes. So go and find it, because you couldn't have come into this market. Rodgers is it. Rodgers is it. Rodgers is it. You couldn't have done that. Because there had to be a thing of what if Aston Villa, like obvious reasons, we don't want to pay certain fees, other clubs come in. There has to be a list of targets. Who those targets are at, I don't know, man. Blessing in the scale, I don't know. Rodgers going to Chelsea is a no-brainer. Less pressure from fans and media pundits. More or less same salary and nice long contract. He's chilling. There will be pressure. Would I take and die? Yeah, I would. I'm still in shock. Honestly, I was operating under the assumption that Rodgers was ours because all the reports, but I've learned my lesson now. I'll get more excited around like the lesser known talents, man. We dilly-dallied around with Gyökeres and Sesko as well. Remember, no top player will actually 100% commit and force the move for us like Gyökeres did. Bakola, Yildiz or Leao, we can't have a player who is a project after winning the league. We have got to flex right now. Yildiz would be first, Bakola second. I can't lie, man. Go find me another Zolis sort of player if you want to get Leao, man. Leao's not going to bang, man. I'm not on it. So, yeah, man, credit to Chelsea. There may be more to this Rodgers deal. If you see Jackson or Garnacho to Villa, then they brokered several deals to cook the books. They're called the villains for a reason, man. Man, them start watching Rafa, Leao and Rashford comps. Rumors of Vinny having to sort out his contract this year, having one more year remaining on his current contract. Arsenal, look at me. Arsenal will never sign Vinicius Jr. That's the lesser. That's the I don't even know the word. That's all I'll say on that. We will not get him. Forget that. Yeah. Oh, take the 100 mil. You don't know it's deeper than that. It's not happening, bro. Like it's not happening. I'm more likely to sign for Real Madrid than Vinicius Jr. is deciding for Arsenal. And listen, I would love to be wrong, but you know it in your hearts, man. It's just a back to the drawing board thing. Tis what it is, mate. Tis what it is. So yeah, we move, man. We move. Mentioning names is pointless. DJ, I think right now I just want us to get Bruno G done before we get another chain snatch, bro. I just care about profiles now. I don't care about names. Just bring me my centre mid, bring my left winger, bring me a defender. Like, yeah, bro. You can dream, man. You cannot. We all love dreams. Halle Berry, shout me. But wake up and face reality. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Bro, I can't stand on Arsenal's transfer business because we ain't done nothing. Noosa and Krupi and Bruno would be good signings and a centre back. What do you think, DG? Also, big up, enjoying the content. Blesses people. Appreciate you. Bring me Noosa. I'll take a gamble. Krupi, I think he's going to be a baller. Bruno works for us, but yeah, man. Do you think we only sign players that want to play for us? If so, I do feel like that. I feel this is... I mean, in theory, every club does that, innit? Like, there's got to be some level of convincing the guy to sign for you. Like, yeah. Thank you. Vinny isn't happening. Don't think it'd work for us either. We have a sneaky fire wing signing on the day. Just getting here, window aside. Hope everyone's doing well. Vinicius is... Big up Rob, by the way. Vinicius is a dream. Also have the financial power, but it's about what the owners want to do. Brother. All right, man. We've got the capabilities, like Sadiq said, but come on, bro. You're going to have to shatter your wage bill, and that's going to have knock-on effects. And I don't... For what it's worth, if we could sign Vinny, I don't give a monkeys about his attitude problems. Like, because I know some people start, you know, he's got attitude problems. Where do you know him from? You don't know him. I think this could be the season Saka blows up again. Less said that, less said that, less said that. Fairs, I suppose, looking at profiles is better as a fan. That way you don't get hooked on certain players. Oh, what's the point, bro? Because I've you know, got behind the Rodgers one, but as I've been saying all week, like, we could like Rodgers, Rodgers could like us. It comes down to the P's, bro. Comes down to the P's, bro. Is it the owners? Is it Mikel or is it Berta? What, from Rodgers? It can't be the owners. Like, Berta and your team, you never patterned it, innit? Like, as simple as that. Can't be Arteta for that. There's things that could be Arteta's issues. If he genuinely said that's your number one target, Berta and your team, this is you lot season, innit? This is where you lot get the signings, so something's gone left. So it's with you lot. Vinny and Mbappe, at least say who says no. I'd love it, man. DJ said, long season ahead of the transfer window. It demonstrates Arteta doesn't have the pull. Berta is a smokescreen and fans are fans. I mean, big up you lot drawing hella conclusions. Now for your window in general. Well, it's got to be on Berta, innit? Like, clearly it's a collaborative thing. We're going to do X, Y, Z. It's down for Berta and Berta's team. All right, it's us to get into action now. It's with the sporting director, bro. Like, you know this. The sporting director's got to get things happening. Blessings, DG. Liked on 2 devices. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the content. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And we're approaching the hour mark. I've made an active decision to kind of keep these to 45 minutes to an hour. So, yeah, people, man, it's World Cup final day. Usually lots of money on. I hope Spain do it. I know Argentina are going to do it. It's been rigged for them. It's been a fantastic conversation with you lot, the banter, the talking points, everything in between. And yeah, man, it just shows there's many twists and turns, bumps and bruises, and it's only the 19th of July, so there's quite a long time to go. Pre-season starts next week. Obviously, next month, the Premier League season's back, and it feels like it's flown, and I have to appreciate you lot because really and truly, since the off-season to now, we've not gone anywhere, and that's testament to you lot. So if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, but thank you to everyone who has. If you haven't hit the like button, I don't know what you're doing, but appreciative to all of you lot who have. DG Nation, one love. Yeah, SI, bear chatting. Don't think I didn't see Man United lost to Wrexham, you pussy.